Thank you. Well, Exelon is certainly an excellent segue to our next guest because we are talking about gas prices and how these high diesel costs may trickle down to your wallet. Let us welcome in Jimmy Haslam. He is chairman of Pilot Flying J, the biggest operator of travel centers in North America. He is also the new owner of the Cleveland Browns, by the way. Mr. Haslam, thank you very much for joining us. Diesel prices remain high. How much is this going to trickle down through the rest of the economy?
You know, we think it's already having an effect, Brian. I just returned. Your timing is perfect for this. I just returned from the American Trucking Association meeting in Las Vegas and was talking to all our trucking company customers, and it was a pretty somber group of individuals we were talking to, and we're talking to individuals who ran trucking companies who had 15,000 trucks all the way down to guys who had 100 trucks. And it's not as bad as '08, but the last couple of months have really softened up in the truckload sector, which tells us that retail, manufacturing, et cetera, are also softening up.
Who do they blame, Jimmy?
You know, I don't know if they blame anyone. They're like us. They're just trying to work hard to get the best return on their investment they can in their companies. I think there is great dissatisfaction about the uncertainty in Washington. But these aren't guys that blame things. They're just trying to figure out how to structure their company to be successful in the future. But there was more concern, Brian, than I have seen, and this is an annual meeting, probably all the way back to '08.
Are they powerless to do anything about it?
Well, you know, good businessmen are always trying to react, and the emphasis now, candidly, is on controlling cost. And so they're working real hard to control the cost side of their business, just like all prudent business people do during tough times.
Do higher fuel prices really steal money from the other parts of your stores, or does people just spend more overall?
No, they definitely do. I'll walk you through this year, and that's a great question you asked. The first 6 months of the year, the sales in our truck stops and travel centers were actually very good. We were very happy. July softened up a little bit, so we had mild concern. August, September, and the first part of October have been much softer. And if you'll think about it, gasoline bottomed out on the New York Mercantile Exchange at about $2.52 on, I think it was June 26, and since then it's gone up almost 80 cents. And you take the typical person who buys 12 gallons a week, that's almost $10. That person probably doesn't have $10 extra, so they've either got to drive less and or buy less in the stores, and that's what you're seeing show up.
Jimmy, if you don't mind, I'm going to jump in as well. This is Mandy, because earlier on this week we were struck by a story that because of particularly high gas prices in the state of California, there was a rise of gasoline thieves, basically people coming up, disable meter, siphoning off the gasoline and running off, and this is obviously really eating into profits at gas stations across the country. Is this something that you've seen or heard of anecdotally amongst your friends?
No, we really haven't, Mandy. There's devices you can put on the pumps to make it almost impossible to jam them. We saw a similar run-up in California. The reality is in California, you have to sell CARB gasoline. That's a gasoline that has a different spec than any other gas in the country. So when they have a problem, there's only 4 refineries in California. When they have a problem with one of those refineries, they can't bring product in from Arizona. They can't bring product in from Nevada or Oregon or wherever, and it's a little island out there by itself. So the prices literally ran up $1.50. The refinery has now come back up. The situation's starting to ease, and I think you'll see prices come down fairly quickly in California.
You guaranteeing victory against the Bengals this weekend?
Yeah, we need a victory badly, and we'll take a 1-point win.
Is Whedon going to stay as your QB? I got him on my fantasy bench.
You know, it's tough to say. We obviously hope so. We spent a first-round draft pick on him. He's a great guy. He's working hard. He's learning. But like all rookie quarterbacks, he's got a ways to go. So he's getting better every game, and hopefully he'll have a big game on Sunday.
Yeah, you're good. You already sound like an NFL owner, Jimmy. Short time in. We don't know. We'll see. Good job, Jimmy. Thank you very much.
You should know of all people,
Grass.
there is no such thing as a guarantee when it comes to sports.
Trying to help my fantasy team. Thank you, Jimmy. All right.
Okay, thanks,
Hey,
Jimmy.
thanks for having us on. We appreciate it.
Sure thing.
Well, speaking of driving,